Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Are IDLES the band Slop? Well, let's take a look. We're going to use 4 little things to take a look at that are going to give us a good idea if people are going to consider them slop or not. First is, what is slop to begin with? Second, how do we detect slop when something is or isn't? And then, how much of the IDLES catalog is or is not slop, right? And then fourth is, are they talented regardless of if they're not or not slop, right? And then we're going to look at the final verdict, what people are going to think, are they slop or not. Let's take a look here to figure out slop. We're going to look at the music matrix. We have up here, we've got energy from 0 to 11, 11 Spinal Tap reference. And here we have catchiness from 0 to 10, right? So if something's less than a 7 in terms of catchiness, it's going to be in the slop zone. It's going to be slop to people who don't like that genre, right? So if you don't like punk music and it's not catchy, you're going to call anything in this range slop, right? If you don't like metal and it's not catchy, you're going to say it's slop, right? So that's kind of how that works. So now we know what slop is, but how do we detect it? Because energy is pretty observable. Does it give you energy when you listen to it? Is there a mosh pit, right? Catchiness, that's a little more ambiguous, so let's get a good grasp on that. Luckily, we have a way to detect if something is, in fact, lower than a 7 on catchiness. We don't have a perfect way, but we do have a pretty good way to get intuition. So this is going to be our catchiness index. You can see predictability versus catchiness. Predictability along the bottom. Now, predictability is one of many factors that can help us get a gauge of if something is catchy. It does not directly cause or discause, or I guess, it doesn't directly cause catchiness or lack of catchiness, but it can give us a good guide, generally speaking. So if something's really predictable and corny, like Joe Bonamassa music, it's going to be pretty much guaranteed to be slop, right? If it's completely incoherent, like the Mars Volta's music, it's going to be pretty clear to be incoherent slop, right? And then if it's in between, either balanced like Back in Black, in the sweet spot like Welcome to the Jungle, or on the edge of zanity, being zany, like Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen, it's in the money zone, which means it's not guaranteed to be a smash hit or even a hit or even something that fans of that genre or just fans of that band might like. It can still be slop, right? So this is kind of an idea like maybe 1/3 it could be slop that are in this predictability on average, right? 1/3 could be just good music for fans, 1/3 probability of being hit quality and otherwise, right? So now that we know how to kind of get a gauge for is something catchy or is it not, right? Just a good beginner guideline. Now we got to look at how much of the catalog is below that 7 point. How much is for fans and how much is just like pretty unanimous that it's slop, right? And so this is where we're looking now. You can start to see this is the catalog audit, right? So we've got classic catalogs right here, which would be something like Queen or Metallica, where it's pretty much mostly hit music that everyone's going to like if they don't mind the energy level, whether that's Metallica or Beatles or Daft Punk or Rage Against the Machine. And then there's a lot of good stuff that's for the fans as well, but there's not a lot of garbage, right? Versus someone like David Bowie has good hits, but most of the catalog, there's not much to go off of outside of the hits is what you can kind of listen to, and maybe some B-sides. But there's a lot of garbage. He has like 30 albums. Most of it's unlistenable. Now, someone else with like a billion albums is Frank Zappa, but he's more of an OnlyFans archetype. Which means, though he has little hits and he has little complete garbage slop, he has a lot of stuff. Almost every album is stuff that the fans, if you like that genre and you like that band, you're going to get a lot of mileage. Same for Motorhead, same for Slayer. But Weezer and Queen, on the other hand, they have a lot of stuff that everyone's going to like and a lot of stuff that everyone's going to agree is bad. Not much stuff that maybe just fans will like, right? Then you've got someone who's with about a 50-50, like Led Zeppelin or Nine Inch Nails, where, for every couple songs that are really bad, they'll have ones that are really good. And they'll have also a pretty good amount of songs that are just like the fans are going to love that. But it might not be, for everyone or for no one, right? So where do I think IDLES are? I've been waiting for this part of the video. This is where we get to go. I am so happy because I'm normally a nice guy, but I guess I'm Breaking Bad. Today, I get my first band that, they're not good. And I had a feeling they're not good. I listened to a couple songs. I saw a lot about the band. And then I got to go listen to the entire catalog as a punishment to me. Song by song, second by second. And guess what I found out? I found out this. Look at me. What did I find out? I'm so happy. Woo! Oh, they are garbage. They're hot, stinky garbage. And I listened to all of it just so I could say with full subject matter expertise, this is pure grade. This is unfiltered, unwashed, unhydrogenated, unpasteurized, unbefuddled slop of the highest intensity. I'm so excited. Actually, not the highest intensity. That'd be like the metal level. But I digress, because they are garbage. Woo! They are like one-hit wonder territory. If you could make it even lower. They have like no good songs. They have Never Fight a Man with a Pan, Concrete and Level. It's good. And Danny, no Deco. My bride by the Freddie Mercury, an Nigerian mother of two. He made a bone, he made a bus, he made a me, he made you. Freaking fear leads to panic, panic leads to pain. That song's actually good, by the way. That's the two good songs. Ha! Flip you, mother flipper. That's the two good songs. They are one-hit wonders for sure. Now, though I think that, let's see, can you still disprove me? Can you still beat me? Can you steal victory from the jaws of defeat? Can you still mollywomp me? And let's just take a look. Oh, I'm so giddy. Brand, aesthetics, impact. This is all awful. I hate it. But for some people, they might like it. But for me, I hate everything about it. Oh my God. It's so noxious. It's like what hipsters want to like. I wanted to do this for Viagra boys. But guess what? They're good. They went on their Cage Elephant type of arc. They're good and they're poppy. They stopped being as punky and as rocky. And now they're just good and high energy pop bordering on catchy rock. But they didn't. IDLES did not. IDLES have an insufferable barista core. This is music for your coworker. This is the more insufferable version of coworker core music, okay? This is like, it's god-awful. I am so happy I get to say it. I was trying to be so balanced, but now you're going to see why, because I have proof. I listened to all of it. Okay. No one's learning these guitar parts, bass lines, drum parts, keyboard parts, vocal lines for fun. The musicianship category is for bands like Primus and things like that, or Rush, where people go, oh, wow, I want to learn those vocals. As a singer, that's going to be really fun. Or as a bassist, it's going to be great to learn these bass lines. As a guitarist, as a drummer, they have none of that. You get a big fat rat. Oh my God. We've never seen this. We've never seen anyone be total slop in every realm of human endeavor. Oh my God, their songwriting, it's getting a slop. Chords, melody, riffs, overall, they are slop. This is a clear sweep. So here's the thing. If you're not a hipster, then it's going to be low controversy because everyone is in agreement. If you want a cool t-shirt to wear that you buy from Walmart, you're Kim Kardashian buying a Metallica shirt, and you don't even know the band, you just want a cool shirt, you hate them. If you play an instrument, you hate them. If you like good songs, you hate them. But if you're a hipster, you might like them in spite of that because you're the hipster coworker that everyone else hates and you think you're so deep. I'm sorry. I might be being mean to you. I don't mean that. I actually don't like being mean to people. I am sorry. That was a little uncalled for. But the point is, unless you're like a hipster Anthony Fantano, Anthony Soitano, Soithany Fantano. My name is Soithany Fantano. I need more soy for my big soy belly and my soy face. I need all the soy to go into the soy bomb. So, when people think of a band and they go, are they slop or are they not? They don't think every single song in a scatter plot. They think of the songs they remember, which are probably the songs they consider to be the top 10 from that band. Now, what songs do I consider to be the top 10 from the band? And usually, if you pick a different top 10 by maybe 2 or 3 swapped out, it usually doesn't change the answer much. So, let's just first do the catalog. The catalog is garbage, one hit, low controversy because everyone agrees they suck on all 3 of these categories. And we're going to see something beautiful. We're going to see something incredible. We've never seen a band this not catchy, but still big. Okay? How does that happen? I think you know how that happens. We're going to see Never Fight a Man with a Perm. That's a catchy song. That's a 7, right? Wow. Danny Neldelko, 7. What was this one? 1049 Gotho. That was also catchy. But then from there you go, Colossus. Clearly not catchy. It's below the slop line. Gift Horse. Below the slop line. Dancer. Or now it's Gift Horse. That was I'm Scum. Way below the slop line. And then the Beach. Oh my God, the Beachland Ball. That was Ballroom. That one's really bad. That's almost as bad as The Car by Arctic Monkeys. Dancer. Yeah, this is bad slop people music. This is not good at all. And they had some promise. They could have been good. I've heard these songs a lot. They were on playlist. I was hoping this band would get better. They released that bad album, Crusher or whatever, and they kept releasing more bad albums. They're a 6.1 on energy, too. They're not even that high energy. They're in the punk range, but 5.5. Come on. Pray tell. Talentless, mostly slop catalog with 1 rock song. 6.1. 5.5. We're here, and guess what? This is the best of their music. You go plot the other songs. Garbage. All garbage. When I put a band on here, when you put a band on here, when you do this yourself, when you look at the top 10 songs and you put the average and you put the, catchiness and energy, that's their best. That's their best music, either in the energy or the catchiness, usually, right? Do you know how bad you have to be to end up here as your best of your entire discography? They don't just have 1 album. They have not just 2. They have a bunch of albums. They're not good. Unless you like punk and indie stuff, or you like them in spite of the music because maybe you like the lyrics or the message, or maybe because you were told to like it by other people that you think are cool. And you get to be so cool because you're into something before everyone else, and a thing that no one else is into this. I'm into this. I'm a hipster. Oh my God, I'm the coworker, the cool coworker. I have the tattoos and the buzz cut. And I'm intense. Now this is getting mean, but take a look in the mirror. All I'm saying, I'm taking a look in the mirror. I'm wearing an ascot. I'm wearing a sleeveless sweater vest. I have a fake collar. This is a whatever, women's dress thing for when they don't want to have to wear a full dress shirt because it's going to be hot. I'm a diva. I'm 22. I'm 5'6". I'm also pretty jacked, pretty smart, pretty good at guitar. I like my band. I can actually write a catchy song or two. You might go, oh, you're bad. Let's see my record over the next 10, 15, 20, 30 years, 40 years, and let's compare it with their output. Let's just do a little experiment. Okay. Let's go. Oh, I mess up. I mess up the couplet. Oh no, how am I going to deal with it? Let's see. I need to hit arms. I don't hit arms. I hit everything else though. Let's see. Oh my god, what a cramp. Anyways. Thanks for watching. Next video, I don't even know who the hell it is. I'll see you there. Parasocial relationship. End video.
Let me tell you something, you're